Hey buddy, it's Mike here. Today I'm really excited to talk about Mortal Kombat 1. That's right, we're getting another great fighting game in 2023. Boy, are we getting spoiled this year. Make sure you stick to the end of the video because I'll give you my thoughts whether I'd recommend this or Street Fighter 6. And I'm just getting over a fever here, so if my voice sounds off, that's why. So when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I have quite a history. I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 as a kid with my friends, you know, playing in the arcade, so I know what I'm looking for in a good Mortal Kombat game. First thing I do when I boot up any fighting game is take a look at the roster they have to offer. So this game has 24 playable characters at launch, including 15 cameo characters. I'll get more into that in a bit. But then you also have Shang Tsung. If you pre-order them, you also get them for free, or else you have to pay, I believe it's like $10 Canadian. So, man, I miss those days where you could just unlock characters, right? Then again, it's not a big deal because each fighter brings a lot of value, and it's very deep. I don't know how deep I would say if it's on a level of Street Fighter 6. Now I'm going to talk about the cameo fighters. So these fighters, like I said, act as an extension to your main character, and they can actually do quite impressive aerial combos by taking advantage of your cameo fighter. Some of the cameo fighters are some of my favorite Mortal Kombat fighters. So, for example, why does Jax have to be a cameo fighter? I would have loved him on the main roster, but that's a side note. But it's just really cool, and it really speeds up the action a bit, so I like that. And you know what? Each fighter actually feels very different depending on what kind of cameo fighter you select. And it gives you access to new combos. So I really like that diversification of gameplay. Now, in terms of the roster quality of the different characters they selected, it's an interesting bunch. I mean, you have your mains like your Liu Kang, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero, of course. I really like how they added Reptile back. I think he's been long missed, and I'm really, he's a lot of fun to use. And you got a couple of characters I really could care less about. And this is more of opinion on mine, so this is not going to reflect on the review at all. But like, man, like, who's buying Mortal Kombat game to play as Reiko? Seriously? Ashra, I barely remember. I think she was from Deadly Alliance when she first got introduced to the series, but I wasn't dying to have these characters in the game. I would have much rather have Jax, for example, on the main roster than to have Ashra. I'm pretty sure Reiko was this last-minute addition to Mortal Kombat 4 because they wanted to make a new character and they just didn't want to add Shao Kahn. So I don't think he's a character that's really that important. But then again, we don't want to look at who the characters were, because in this Mortal Kombat 1, they've kind of did a full reset. So Liu Kang kind of became the fire god, and the whole Mortal Kombat timeline got reset. So everybody has new kind of personalities and roles within the Mortal Kombat world. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are friends now. Like, who would imagine that, right? But so the whole Mortal Kombat formula got changed up. Instead of Shao Kahn, it's General Kahn. I also really like how the storyline touches upon characters that weren't really explained too much, or they're just kind of seen as henchmen. Characters like Baraka, you really get more deep into his storyline. And instead of the Tarkatan being like a race now, it's almost like some sort of disease. So they kind of switched up the whole kind of different concepts in this Mortal Kombat universe, which is really cool, and it's a very welcome change. I'm all welcome to change. Let's talk about something really cool they added in Mortal Kombat 1. And one of the big single-player modes, there's not too many single-player modes this time around. They're focusing on something called invasions. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, because that's what I do here, I want to be honest, give you guys the most value for your money. But when it comes to Street Fighter 6, I think maybe I'm a bit spoiled with that World Tour mode. Maybe I just had so much fun. That was a true, it felt like a true RPG, and I had a lot more fun with World Tour. I know World Tour had a lot of fights that kind of seemed meaningless, so it had a little bit of the same, but I just got a lot more value myself, and I'm still playing World Tour to this day, so I'm still getting a lot of value from that. So I would say Street Fighter 6 definitely wins in that department. And in terms of training modes, this game does not have anything significantly close to as what you have, like, for example, again, Street Fighter 6. There was a very extensive training mode which pretty much walked your hand through each character. You don't really have anything like this. Of course, you have your regular training mode where you can practice your combos and stuff like that, but yeah. And as expected, of course, we have those great online modes. So you got your casual fighting mode, and then you have like your combat league for those competitive fighters. Regardless, I find myself getting smacked, so maybe I need to improve a bit, and I plan on doing that. But yeah, you have your great online modes, no complaints there. Now, another huge thing that makes this game incredible are just the environments you're fighting in, and I think the graphics lends a lot to it. I know in Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11 it was a lot darker, but this time it's a lot more bright and vibrant, and it just works. Like if you see the different stages in this game, they look beautiful. I just think the models, the character models in this game, and the whole environments, you're really going to enjoy it. And I would say that's a massive improvement from Mortal Kombat 11. I love the graphic style, and the Mortal Kombat fighters probably look better than I've ever seen them in any game. But now I'm going to give you my conclusion, my final thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1. So I really like how they rebooted the series. I think it needed a good refresher, and I really can't wait to see what NetherRealm Studios comes up with. I think the Invasions mode was pretty cool too, and I like how they're kind of running it by seasons, so you're going to get different content every time. However, I know we were spoiled recently with Street Fighter 6, so I'm going to have to say Street Fighter 6, for me personally, I'm going to give that one as a better fighting game. That being said, I'm not disappointed with Mortal Kombat 1 one bit. I'm going to continue playing it, and it's a different style fighting game, right? To be honest, I would have more fun playing Mortal Kombat 1 with my friends than Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is a lot more complex, and you know, Mortal Kombat 1 is better for, you know, for those casual game nights with your friends. So there's areas where Mortal Kombat 1 is definitely stronger, but I'm just talking about the game as a whole. And yeah, I believe you're going to have a lot of fun with Mortal Kombat 1. You're going to have a lot of value, so I'm going to highly recommend it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. But overall, great game. This is going to be like my go-to fighting games when my buddies are over, and it's always a great time. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this style of review, I encourage you to check out my channel. And if you like those type of reviews, please subscribe and support the channel. I'm always working on improving my content, ensuring that my reviews deliver the best possible information so that you're making the most educated purchase decision. Other than that, you all stay tuned for the next one. Bye.